everywhere, live here. Give me a minute. We're going to get on to Instagram and everywhere else. There we go. Welcome. Let me know if you are joining from outside on this beautiful winter day. I am streaming from indoors because my technology does not work outside well in this cold. And if you're inside, maybe you've got your oils. I wanted to share something interesting about pine, which I'm going to use today. Maybe you've heard about pine tea. If you've heard about pine tea, how you make that is you take the pine needles and you steep them in water. And so I thought, oh, well, a pine tea is pine tea, but there is a difference between types of pine. So if you're eager to try pine tea, you want to get the needles off of a white pine. And how you know that it's a white pine is white pines grow in clusters of 5. So there'll be 5 longer needles that all kind of cluster together. That's one way to tell a white pine. And then you can let it steep, they say 5-10 minutes, and then you take the needles out and enjoy your tea. And it is super duper high in vitamin C, like 5 times the vitamin C of an orange. So pine tea, have you tried it? I want to know. So if you're outside today, I want to offer you a few ways to stay warm energetically in our body. One is a mudra called the Ling Mudra. And so what that is you take your thumb and I think it is the left thumb. Yep, left thumb. And wrap your pointer finger and your right thumb around that. Clasp your hands, keep that left thumb up. And you can even do this with mitts on. And this is a heat generating mudra to generate heat within your body, okay? The other thing is if you are outside today and you want to be seated for this, you might want to consider sitting with your knees tucked underneath you because it's cold. That will keep more heat in your body than if you sit cross-legged. And if you want to walk, you do what you want to do today to keep your body warm. And if you're inside, join me as I am just above the screen here is my front yard full of trees and natural beauty. So just find a place where you can take in nature. My name is Yvonne. If we've never met before, thank you for joining. It's lovely to see you guys on here. So we're just going to start by either letting your eyes close if you're comfortable with that, or letting them land and soften your gaze somewhere and some natural beauty in front of you. And we're going to find our breath, maybe for the first time today. And start to notice your inhales and your exhales, like actually become aware of them. All day long, we breathe with little thought. And see if you can even out your inhales and your exhales. At any time when we do this, it sends a signal to our body that we are safe. Even inhales and even exhales. This is helpful to know if you're out in the world or something happens when you're feeling tense, you can come back and find your even inhales and your even exhales and remind yourself that you are safe. And in winter, nature is offering up doses of what I love to refer to as vitamin S, stillness, solitude, silence, spirituality, scarves, soup. We're going to let our inner beings mirror this as we are observing and sensing the stillness of nature today. And so just checking in, what feels better in this moment? Does it feel better to drop heavy into the earth and let gravity pull your arms down and your feet down into the earth? Or does it feel better to imagine yourself more like a snowflake, just gently floating above the earth, lightly resting? Are you more in need of grounding and feeling stability? Or in this moment right here, are you more in need of upliftment and an inner rising? There's no right or wrong. You release your jaw as you breathe. And release your eyelids. Let me say that again. Release your eyelids. And even more, release your eyelids all the way up to your eyebrows. There you go. So good. Often when we just stroll in nature, our body will let go, but we can nudge it along. Maybe bring your shoulders up to your ears on your inhale, and on your exhale, drop them down. Keep doing that a few more times. As we walk outside and the cold air hits our lungs, we often tense up and our capacity to breathe shrinks. So even if you're outside, can you fully open up your diaphragm and take air in? Pause at the top and fully move that air out of your body like you're creating a breeze. You are, in fact, with every breath, creating a breeze as you breathe. And if you're walking, can you find stillness wherever you are? And start to connect with your heart space. And our heart is so much more than a mechanism to pump blood. We now know it is a sensing organ. It is literally sensing energy all the time, sending messages to our brain and the rest of our body. So just connecting in with that heart space and asking yourself in this moment, standing here outside or maybe gazing out the window, where do you feel drawn? Where is there a tugging on your heart? Is it to move to the left, turn to the left a little bit, or turn to the right? What direction is your heart telling you to move or to face in this moment? And trusting what comes up and saying, I am listening. Can you move your body in the way that your heart is nudging you to move? And settle into this new place. Your eyes can still be closed. And again, just acknowledging with awe that our bodies are constantly talking to us. And you have just received guidance from your heart, the sensing organ in your body. You have received it and you've acted on it, and just like marvel in that miracle that is happening all day, and you just slowed down long enough to notice it. And wherever you are, then, can you open your eyes and let your eyes land upon a tree? If there's no tree in sight, maybe it's a plant or a rock or something that is the Earth's natural elements. Let your eyes gaze upon this tree in front of you. What the trees are breathing out, you are quite literally in this moment breathing in. And here we can let our hands relax, our face relax. and gaze upon this tree. And if you were to introduce yourself to this tree, knowing that it has no comprehension of accolades or titles, could you smile to this tree and introduce yourself? Who would you tell it you are? And if you could tell this tree and share with it how you're doing, I've noticed lately I think I know how everyone else is doing, what they need to feel better. But how are you doing in this moment? Can you share that with this tree? How are you feeling today? Can you speak like you're in the company of an old dear friend who has seen seasons come and go, who won't be frazzled or surprised by what you share, how you're feeling? And as you gaze upon this tree that is just offering you this space to express, what beauty do you see? And what is something unexpected you notice about the tree? A marking or a leaf, the way a branch bends. When you ponder the life of this tree from seed to little seedling to the young tree, surviving and thriving through the seasons, growing up to be this tree before you, can you be in awe of its survival, that it's here in front of you? And then for a moment, can you imagine in your mind this tree gazing back at you? Tree gazing back at you. What beauty does it see? What is something unexpected that it sees as it gazes at you standing out here? And as the tree is aware of your magical life, from fetus to baby to toddler to the things you survived as a teenager, to today standing on the earth in front of it, in awe of your natural thriving your whole life. Imagine the wonder of this moment. And you can let your lips curl up and realize that we are in the forest, trees, and people smiling to each other. I so feel with you guys out there today. And take a moment just to ask yourself, how can I move my body to feel even 10% better, even 10% more relaxed? And in this relaxed state, feeling so connected to Mother Earth, can you ask if there's any wisdom in this moment that you can receive? any wisdom to help guide you to continue thriving in this life. And at any time, feel free to pause this and come back and start again if there's more coming for you. But when that feels complete, just offering gratitude for the wisdom that is constantly there for us when we start to slow down and listen. And you might choose this tree or another tree. I'm going to invite you to find a tree to either sit under or lean against. You can go do that now. I love lining my spine up against a tree and leaning into the tree, and even my head back, feeling fully supported. It's incredible to sense the energy of this living tree up against your spine. Of course, we know how much energy moves along our spine, and research shows us that when we spend time in nature, it has profound, measurable effects on our nervous system. And so what's being felt between you and the plants is a really real thing. So I invite you now, sit under a tree, touch a plant, and settle in there in this space. If you're standing, check in. Is your weight more to one side or the other? Can you even that up? Notice where your body is in contact with the tree. Keep breathing. Find that full breath wrapping you even further against the trunk. Can you let even a little more weight lean into the tree so you are fully supported by the earth, fully supported in this moment? And breathing in with me, breathing in, I am aware of the strength of the tree. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, I am aware of my own strength. Breathing out, I smile. Notice the strength of the tree. Notice the strength inside of me. Breathing in, I am aware of the life under the bark of this tree. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, I am aware of my life. Breathing out, I smile. Notice the life around me. Notice life inside me. Breathing in, I am aware of the cycle of life. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, cycles of life. Breathing out, I smile. I notice the cycle of life around me. I notice the cycle of life inside of me. Breathing in, I am aware of the breeze. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, I create a breeze. Breathing out, I smile. And you notice the movement around you and notice the movement inside of you. Breathing in, I am aware of stillness. Breathing out, I smile. Breathe in, stillness. Breathing out, smile. Notice the stillness around me Notice stillness inside of me. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I smile. Let's breathe our biggest inhale yet, holding at the top and letting out with a loud sigh. Letting your weight go even deeper into the earth and leaning against the tree. And I invite you to stay here as long as feels good to you. And when you're done, you're welcome to, if it feels good, wrap your arms around your tree and just offer gratitude for this incredible support and grounding that is available to you at any time to come back to this moment. I'm bringing my hands to heart center and setting the intention to spend time feeling the support of nature every day. Namaste.